Thanks everybody for coming. Carrie, you're not going to use this, right?
I'm not.
Okay, I'm just going to do that so it's not in my eyeballs all morning. So my name is Adam Melsack. In case you haven't met me before, my family owns Lake Arrowhead Campground in Montello. We're about an hour straight south of here. One of your board members, unless you're from out of state, and then I'm not. So today's topic for this event is going to be, it's kind of like similar to the last seminar that was in here. And I think a lot of you, I see a lot of similar faces who are in here. It's sort of the general topic is man cave ideas, or things that are typically associated with men. Obviously, that's not universally true by any means, but the idea is stuff that maybe outdoors, tool related, campground related stuff that is in that area, and we can get off topic too, but that's what we're going to be talking about today. And specifically, this is different than the last seminar, because instead of me standing up here and giving you guys a presentation about whatever, I didn't come to the last seminar, but whatever the topics were there, your job is to give me ideas, or us ideas, of what is your sort of the best tool, the best idea, the best implementation, the best money you spent for your park in that area. So if that kind of makes sense, what we're going to do is we're going to grab ideas from the audience, and then eventually the audience is going to actually vote on those at the end here, and whoever gets the most votes for the best man cave idea gets 50 tickets toward that golf cart on Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's some incentive to come up with a really good idea. And for the rest of us who don't win, obviously I won't, but the rest of us who don't win, of course, what we do is we steal all of the rest of your ideas. So anybody have any questions? Pretty straightforward. And if we don't have a lot of man cave ideas, we can certainly move on to other topics also. In fact, some have already been being discussed over here, so we might address some of those with the larger group. So to start things off, does anybody have a really good man cave related idea? Obviously not your man cave at home, but for your campground. Let's start out. Who's got something that they've done or want to do that they think is a really good idea? Go ahead.
We're just talking here amongst yourselves about employees and hired and retired guys.
Okay.
And how they're such great employees.
Okay.
They work cheap, they're reliable, they're not, you don't have to show them nothing, they already know how to do everything.
Okay, there you go. Hiring retired people. Perfect. Dave.
Well, I figured out a really good way to chase the geese from our lake
Oh, I'm always,
over to Silver Springs Lake.
Right, that's where I'd send them.
And now Mike and I, it's kind of a battle between Mike and I chased all the geese off of our pond yesterday and then came back. I'm assuming they're at Mike's place now. But I got a remote control boat that works really great.
Really?
You heard about it, they don't like it. We also got a drone that scares them away. But I just showed Mike my new toy that I'm going to order probably in 2 days, an airboat, a remote control airboat that can go from the water to ice, from the water to ice. So Mike, I think I win this one.
I have
Okay.
a paint gun, dude. You're not gonna. And it's a lot more.
have you guys seen the bird bangers, the gun that shoots the blank out there and it goes about 50 feet and explodes?
Yeah.
Your cameras don't like that, though.
Yeah.
It works great in April.
And the campers love watching Dave out there running his little radio controlled boat. So
We also have Mike told me about this, and you can buy the $325 geese lights.
Goosinator.
The goose lights that will help keep the geese away. As soon as the sun goes down, these lights come out and flash, and it keeps the geese from nesting on your property. Mike told me about them. I saw them. You can buy them online for like $325. Mike told me about a place where I can get them for 15 and build my own. So we got 24 of them now. We have 12 that are floating throughout the lake. Then we got about 12 or 15 that go all around the shoreline. So
Yeah, we used to have tons of trouble with geese, and obviously if you just get one family, they make a huge mess. But so I researched this like 5 years ago, and the Goosinator was out at the time, and it was like $300 or $245 a piece. And all it is, it's a amber construction light that's got solar, so it obviously recharges all day long, and you just put that on a PVC pipe, put it about 3 or 4 feet or 5 feet into your pond, so that the kids don't mess with them. Go all the way around your pond, depending on the size of your pond, put them down at eye level for the geese, And all that is supposed to do is it replicates a predator at night. So that flashing light, the geese think it's their eyes flashing. And so they are really, uncomfortable, they don't sleep, and so they won't nest there. The one thing I learned the hard way though is the later it gets in the season, so I used to take these out the weekend before Memorial Day, never had a problem. And then like 3 years ago, these late springs or late winters started happening. Well, they had such a late hatch that year that they actually had another set of goslings after Memorial Day, and we had taken them out, and all of a sudden we had a family of geese. So that's when I started doing things to chase them off. I had a starter pistol that I'd scare them off with. Then they started getting used to that, so then went to the paint gun. Paint gun works great. But you have to scare them off during the day a little bit, because we've had them literally come in at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we found a nest with eggs. So it can happen that quickly, that late in May.
That must be because they came out of Dave's pond.
He's only started this year, so that's where they would always went to, because he had, 5, 6 families, right?
Yeah, we had several families.
Yeah, and it's a mess.
Interesting.
One thing I found, again, it's not as high tech as yours, but to get the geese from not coming on shore and making a mess of the beach area and going on the docks and making a mess of the docks, just it's an old fashioned idea. Just take a piece of fish line and go across your shoreline. If they hit that, they don't go any further. They go back. They go away. Now, granted, I can't keep them out of my lake because we have a larger lake, but they're not on my shoreline. They're at the neighbors. I can literally go down there. And because they've been trained that if they come to my area, they hit that fish line, they can't see it, it hits them here, they leave. But yet my neighbors have the geese in their lots.
Okay, so you got the paintball gun, radio controlled boats and drones, and
Fish line.
yep.
I
Okay.
mean, it's real simple. I roll it out at night, before they get dusk or whatever. Before they, and again, it's only spring and fall mostly. And then I just take it out, put it away. I mean, actually, my father-in-law talked to me, and they're staying away.
Okay. Any other? As long as we're talking geese, any other suggestions on the goose one that other people could utilize? Anybody else? Who else has geese problems? Raise your hands. I don't. That's not a thing for me. Okay, you do anything special? You do?
That bird gun pistol, which he said he tried. It shoots like an M80, it's like a blank pistol.
Okay.
It shoots at about 50 yards. So you arc it out there and it lands right behind him and explodes.
Sounds like a good idea for teenagers too.
It would work well.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. Dark areas around the park. Did you guys do anything special?
No, we just have, our pond's pretty small, so we can just chase them off with a gator usually or whatever. As long as we get on top of them right when they come. Because we've got a mark
That's an impressive gator. You can
So-
chase them off the pond with the gator?
off the shore,
Okay, all right,
from the shore.
sure,
But
okay,
we're right next to a marsh, so then we'll just go out to the marsh and
sure,
be fine.
okay, great. All right, let's move on then. Other ideas, topics, and we can cracker barrel a little bit too. If anybody has a situation they're looking for a solution to, that will sort of potentially generate some ideas here. Like if you have a problem that you're trying to solve. Yeah,
Actually, just on the lines of getting rid of pests,
yeah,
we've got ground squirrels, and we can't use poison because we've got a lot of like dog events. So with like dog shows, AKC, that sort of thing. So we can't use that. We've tried gum, we've tried flushing them out with water. Any tips on those little bastards?
Some guys put a trap down in there. Or carbon monoxide, they take a hose off the tailpipe on an engine and stick it down in there and gas them that way.
wow.
For what? For moles or for?
Chipmunks and
Chipmunks or gophers.
Gophers, they make the little mounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're having a problem with moles or voles, whatever I call them. Again, you got
For my seasonals, for moles, red squirrels, gophers, all that stuff, I put bounty on them. About 3 years ago, I had a couple of our seasonals, Saturday morning coffee clutch, that, hey, when are you gonna take care of this and that, and this, the moles in the yard, the gophers, all that stuff. I said, me? I said, I got 3 jobs, I don't have time to chase moles, you guys are a bunch of old guys sitting around, nothing to do.
Right?
Here's what we're gonna do, I said, we're starting right now, today we're putting a bounty on them. Every gopher tail you bring me is worth an ice cream cone. Red squirrel is, whatever, a cheeseburger at the bar.
So you get a lot of people-
In our maintenance shop, we now have about 50 red squirrel, and I tell them only on weekdays when nobody's around.
Because you got seasonals running around with 12 gauges and stuff now? Is that
Yeah, little traps out like a-
Oh, okay.
They sit
Sure.
there- They sit there in their lawn chair and have a big old
Okay.
time, watch the gopher bump peanut butter.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Yep.
We have a seasonal that's retired that likes doing that too, and I think last year he told us he got like 47 chipmunks or something like that. He just sets a chipmunk trap every week when he leaves, and every week when he comes back, there's a chipmunk in it.
But then you gotta reward them, anything in this world, you put a value on it.
Okay.
You know,
Does
Dave?
anybody have any ideas as far as like moles? Because you've been going down and all of a sudden you see this mountain, a whole trail of them. How do you get rid of them? Anybody have any ideas?
Well, let's come back to that in a second. Let's finish up on the
I'm
gophers.
never worried about them. I have someone that comes in and traps for muskrat for the winter.
Okay.
Yeah, he takes a week's vacation, just looking at his hobby, and that really helps us get all the muskrats out of the way.
Okay. Others on gophers or moles?
I'm talking about moles. I think our moles are.
I don't worry about those. We got them all over the place.
Yeah.
Just go away.
Okay.
Pitchfork's the best way.
Our seasonals will.
Pitchfork right down that whole time, but.
Just keep on walking down the trail and.
Yep.
Every inch or two? Okay, there you go.
So
All right.
keep in mind, moles eat grubs,
Yes.
right? And if you eradicate all the moles and then you get grubs, you'll get skunks,
Yeah, okay.
right? So
Okay.
just flipping that mentality.
Okay,
Or
understood.
if your campers are complaining about it and you
Oh,
throw
yeah.
that at them, right? Usually they're more comfortable with the mole than the possibility of a skunk.
And skunks are a lot harder to get with the pitchfork.
Yeah.
Haven't
You
had
know,
any
not as
success.
advisable.
Skunks will
Yeah.
also tear up the crap out of your yard versus.
One night.
Yeah.
Okay.
One night, it'll just be like a rotatory run through the yard.
Yeah.
I see that, daytime is fine, you go out by the next day, it's like, oh my God.
I live almost adjacent to our campground, and this last spring I had a huge problem with skunks at my house, and so I was worried about them getting over to the campground because it's the same thing. But yeah, I ended up there was like 3 of them that I got rid of, and it was a big pain. But yeah, it just literally looks like a rototiller came through your yard one night. So mole holes or gopher
Or whatever they call them.
is almost better than a skunk. Yeah,
Okay, then I won't argue with it anymore.
22.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to another one. So we've taken care of the gopher question. I would just watch Caddyshack personally. Yes.
Wasn't a fun job.
Last year, we started a new service. We've been using pest control company for years. It happened to be working, and they were not doing a really good job for us. So I went and got some quotes,
Mhm.
and I got quotes from 3 different companies. And I went with the most expensive company. They got the quote right. But what we do now, we have 32 buildings in the property. We're always battling every day with cobwebs, and then the outside likes to make your buildings look dirty and messy. So last year, we said, I'm tired of cleaning these buildings. We gotta get the boom lift out. We have pressure washing these buildings, trying to keep them clean. At least once or twice a year, you gotta go through them and literally clean the outside of the buildings from all these pests. Since we started this program with this company, they do a treatment on the outside of the buildings. We never have any spider webs, no other bugs and things hovering around the lights. The buildings look clean all year long. It really is just a huge time savings. It's worth it because I don't have to pay my staff to go around with brooms on sticks, cleaning the buildings, like every couple of days for spider webs, and we don't have to annually go wash them down either. It really is well worth the money.
Okay.
To get that many buildings.
So pest control service to treat buildings.
Really, the buildings look great all year long.
Okay.
Really nice.
Are they around the state or are they just in your area?
They're a local company out of Cambria, but if you find it, I find going to a locally owned company, they care more than the national chains. I don't know the Orkin guys, I don't want to bash them, but every 2 weeks, every time they come, it was a new guy. And he doesn't know the property, and I've watched them do their job, and after I watch them, I'm like, I can do that. So these guys care, they're locally owned, I tell them exactly what I want, full coverage on all those buildings, and I'm gonna buildings stay beautiful all year long. I don't have to worry
Is
about.
that the guys by the cannery right there?
What's that?
Is that by the cannery right there in Cambria? Is that
This
what
is called Terminator Pest Control out of Cambria.
That helps with like hornets and wasps nests too.
Everything,
Yeah.
it's just, the buildings are clean.
Is he spraying a contact insecticide right on the building? Right, and they walk through it on the building,
Yeah.
right?
We
do that.
I don't have really, I used to do it myself, but this didn't work as good as the stuff they have the right chemicals to do it. Of course, they treat all the cabins, we don't have to worry about anything like, bed bugs in cabins, and all those cabins are hit 3 times a summer with the right treatments inside and out. So if anybody ever, we had one lady try to accuse us of having bed bug a couple of years ago. She went crazy, and she was just absolutely out of her mind about it. And I showed her, I said, these buildings are inspected and treated every 3 months. There's no way there's a bed bug. If there is one, you brought it with you. So
Okay, sounds good.
it's worth the money.
Yes.
Is there anything that works the best for mosquitoes?
Ooh, that's a good one. All right,
I've
mosquito
had it
solutions.
where I had one guy come in and he sprayed, but he used like a garlic stuff. I had more complaints about the smell than I did about mosquitoes. We're completely
Bad
in the
houses,
woods.
we have a bunch of bad houses we're putting up this spring. All of them can't be bad houses. That should help, I hope.
Okay, bat houses
Yeah,
for mosquitoes?
I don't know what they're using, but I know Duck Creek Campground has something they swear by that they found and they bought it on Amazon, and then they spray it with like a ground sprayer that they tow, and they swear it makes a huge difference. So if you can find Duck Creek Campground, ask them.
Last year I bought some, what was it called? Talistar Pro.
I think it might be something to do with that, sprayed and a sprayer.
Yeah, sprayed the lawn, bushes. I sprayed about, I think 3 times last year, but it worked great.
Yeah, I think that might be the name of what they told me, but I'm not 100%.
Okay, other suggestions on that one?
And that's kind of stuff you want to do when there's no people around.
Yeah,
right.
I mean.
Yeah, you don't have to-
Just spray the day of the fire or something. What happens if that dog with that branch? Birds. People get pretty tricky for spraying stuff.
Right.
We had a camper in our campground last year that had an app on her phone, and it actually, the speaker on your phone can record the sounds the bats make and identify them by species. It's a sonogram. And so by identifying the species that
Wow.
are prevalent on your campground, you can tailor your bat houses to, to get the right kind. And
A bat
I
app.
haven't looked into it any further, but it's something I want to pursue.
I've built a couple bad houses and bought one or two, and I never had bats use them, so I must be able to, what's the right kind?
You got the wrong.
I don't know. I've got, we have them done. I actually bought them. We're gonna paint about this spring. See what happens.
Bats are really particular about their floor plans, so you gotta make sure there's plenty of bathrooms. That's, no, I guess it is actually, my wife's got a couple of those. I guess they are actually kind of particular as far as which direction you face them, how high they are, how far they are from other obstructions. You know, the sun's gotta hit them the right amount. I don't know all the details, but I will in a couple months when I put up the next one and she tells me where it needs to
I
go.
wonder if the DNR has a fly.
They might,
or something.
yeah, they might.
Because a bunch of us, we don't like to do that, but yeah, I've got the same thing, I put them up, and they don't.
Right.
So I must be, maybe the bad house is fine, but it's in the wrong place.
It could be, yeah, there's like height and obstructions of other trees. Yeah, what it's near.
Places on my house where they go every year, there's a piece of trim or something,
Sure,
you know, but then I put up a bad house and they won't.
They won't go to
They
it.
like the trim around the window.
yep,
Better, obviously.
yep, there you go. There you go, you already got a bat house. Okay, other topics? Any other good ideas? Let's talk like equipment. You got any like phenomenal pieces of equipment that you have purchased that have really revolutionized your business? Yes.
Yeah, I know we shared this in the last session a little bit, but I don't know if there's new people in here, but one big thing we did this last summer is we equipped every one of our gators with tools.
Okay.
A toolbox that has basically all the essentials in it, and it saved us 100 trips to the shed this summer. So that
What
was
kind of
a huge
toolbox?
time saver.
Elaborate a little bit.
It's about 28 inches wide. It's, I don't know, 12 inches deep, and it's waterproof, so
Okay.
you can just leave them in all the time. Hopefully they don't get stolen on a weekend or anything, but we didn't have any problems with that. And it's got everything from a hammer to channel locks to pliers to
Okay.
screwdrivers to like a drill bit set. We don't put an actual drill in it, but that way when I go to grab a drill, I don't need to grab a drill bit set. I have everything already. And it's got like plumber's tape, electrical tape. So you really save from having to get all that stuff. So if I need to go replace a faucet, I just grab a faucet or just grab a breaker.
You just grab a plumber, bring the
Yeah.
plumber down there,
Yes,
hand him the
correct.
tools.
Yes,
Right,
grab a
right, of
plumber,
course,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
right.
If you need to replace a faucet, yeah, of course. All right, cool. All right, how many of those kits did you put together?
3.
3,
Yep.
okay.
And we just went with really cheap tools because
Sure, right.
they're gonna get rusty or whatever being out in the elements.
Rusty,
and
lost, stolen, etc.
lost and misplaced. So, but it was a huge time saver just to have that, or even like we installed all new signs throughout our campground last summer. Well, I was able to do it with a sawzall, a drill, and everything else I had in my toolbox other than screws.
Okay,
So
awesome.
it saved all those trips.
Say we kind of did the same thing in our 3 meals and in our work truck, but our biggest thing for, just kind of having everybody on board to put it back where they got it from, rather than taking it back to the garage and just putting it back in the main toolbox. That's the biggest issue that I've had, is
Sure.
going in my toolbox, not having a tool that I need, and then having to drive back up front to get it.
Right, sort of defeats the purpose.
Exactly.
Okay, was there a hand over here too? Thought I maybe saw somebody. Okay.
Huge thing for
Yeah.
us, that's a ginormous payroll saver, is probably 3 years ago, we bought a large towable debris blower. So I'm talking like an output like this with like a 14 horse motor on it. It's remote controlled, kind of looks like this.
Yeah.
But that has gone from 3 or 4 of us doing leaf cleanup in the spring or fall to where I can do everything except for the seasonal sites by myself and basically take them all the way to the woods. So you're not double handling them, you're not picking them up and dumping them in a leaf pile and creating big leaf piles, and I can take what the seasonals do and blow them another 12 or 15 or 20 feet into the woods. But this has really helped us from like I said, we used to have 4 people plus myself and my wife doing leaf cleanup all fall, and it's down to just myself and my wife. So we do have a leaf vac, so she'll go and like do leaf vacuuming when I'm doing this. But 90% of it just gets to go to the woods, and you blow it all the way across the campground. It also does a really nice job of like getting, because they used to actually shred the leaves with the mowers trying to push them. So this also helps kind of almost aerate your grass, and our grass, when we looked at our pictures, because we just got a new website, from 3 years ago, has probably grown in by like 60%. And we're a unique campground where we like live and die by the grass, so this has been a huge time and payroll saver. Sure.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, and if you
It's a
have,
Buffalo turbine blower is what it is.
yeah, if you have a lot of trees too, the push behind ones are good for a lot of trees.
And I just do it with a golf cart, so I just attach it to our golf cart. I can run all day long with it. You can get into small areas. You can get almost everywhere. Like I said, we borrowed a friend's 4 years ago, and I bought one with a remote. So literally, it's just got a remote. You hit one button, it goes back to wherever you want to set it. You can set it at whatever height you want. You can adjust that. It's a one button. It comes back down. And it revs up. So you don't even get out of the golf cart, and you're not wasting gas. You're not burning all that stuff. And I can get almost anywhere with that.
I know was the idea I was gonna suggest as well. I agree. I mean, you start with rakes, then you go to blowers, and then you go to Little Wonders, which I love Little Wonders. Little Wonders I thought was great because you can get into places that can't go. And, but the Buffalo turbine blowers, I mean, it's $7,000 or $7,500.
But with a golf cart now, it was so now my wife has the backpack blower, I do the rest of it with that, and she just gets them out of the corners or whatever, and I mean, it sends it. It doesn't really send that, but it does pretty good job on like walnuts, acorns. You have to hit that stuff frequently. You don't want 7 million, walnuts down, but it gets rid of most of that. It takes up most of your like pine needles, or if you've got like us, tons of willow trees with the small things. You can blow that stuff if you stay on top of it all the way across the campground and out. In the worst case scenario, you corn row it, so one person can just come along with a flatbed, pick up what you have, and then you just keep going.
Okay, Dave's next.
Mike, how come you get to drive a
Well, that was gonna be my best idea.
Because here's the deal, I'm real confused. One person spends about 70 hours a week doing it, and the other person spends about an hour and a half.
Okay.
And she's the one that's like, I want a backpack blower for my birthday. I'm like, Oprah.
That's the best idea.
What's the best idea, so she can write it down?
The best idea is the wife's got the back.
The wife's got the backpack, okay. And that's a double idea, they had it at the same time. Okay, sounds good. Wife's got the backpack blower, best idea of the day, for sure. Did you have something else you were gonna say on that?
They're well worth the money, trust me.
Wives are backpack blowers?
Yes.
Okay,
All the above.
all right. Wives are well worth the
I'm on
money?
camera.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, Jim, go ahead.
So the only thing I would add to that, because I agree with the blower, is if you get good at it, you learn that one person's on it, another person's got a rake, and you just use the wind to blow it. Because you can direct it, you get into these areas like between trailers, and I just would go along the trailer and keep raking it from this trailer to the center, and you just park that thing right there, and it'll blow everything right between.
Pull it out into the
Yeah,
path of
just
the
pull
blower.
it out into the path of the blower, and, because it does do a great job just clearing a big area, but when you get into those tight spots, just pull everything into it and let it blow it away, because once it's up in the air, it goes.
Yeah, and literally I plan my day by which direction the wind's blowing. So if I know I've got a southern wind, I'm going over here and doing this part. If I got a western wind, so you do have to play that because it'll mess with you or not. But
Very interesting.
again, being able to control the height of that, you can blow it further out, and so you can work around the wind a little bit. But
So while we're talking about that topic, what we do in our park, and I'm curious how many other people do this, so we actually have a free weekend early in springtime, around, I don't know when it is this year, maybe mid to late April, where our overnighters can come up, camp with us free for the weekend, and as long as they rake section of the park. We have them, depending on, you know, the particular year, how many leaves we have and what our bookings are like. Usually we're pretty full because it is very popular, and so they usually end up raking about their site plus 1 to 2 other sites equivalent out to the edge of the road. For us, what we do is we have like one of those sort of giant commercial, like a city would have, leaf vacs, like a big trailer one that, you know, pulls behind a truck or whatever, and then we have them rake it in a line at the edge of the road, and we come by and we suck them up. How many people, does anybody else do that where they have their customers?
Or not, nothing in fall?
I'm sorry?
Do you close early enough in fall that you don't worry about it in fall?
Well, so we don't do anything usually with our leaves in fall. The seasonals can rake if they want to, and a lot of them do, and we just kind of, you know, once a week go around with the leaf sucker and suck them up, you know, pretty much every week in fall until we close. So you do that also? You have a free weekend where your customers rake?
We do one night of the weekend.
One night's free?
Yeah, as long
Okay.
as they rake their site, one other site.
And one other site? Okay, that works out pretty good for you
Yeah, it
too?
works out.
We
Okay.
also have a Boy Scout troop come in the spring, and they pick up all the sticks.
Nice.
Child labor is great.
It is.
Another
Another great idea.
You get about 20 of them with like an adult on each end,
Uh-huh.
one in the middle, and you go through a block and, yeah, 15, 20 Boy Scouts are gonna pick up a lot of sticks in an hour.
Okay. Were there other questions about that, or anybody thought I saw their hand over here?
What do
No?
you do for the Boy Scouts? Just give them a donation? You just give a donation to the Boy Scout troop?
No,
They just come in.
We have seasonals whose kids are Boy Scouts, and they brought it up, it was their idea. Yeah, they come, and of course, they stay for free, and
Yeah.
we let them, it's their off season, so we let them use the mini golf and the jumping hill and all that stuff. So they actually work 3-4 hours out of the day, and then they get, the whole park was theirs, because it's in April, so go play mini golf. Go
Okay.
Jumping hill, it's all
So
yours.
Boy Scouts cleaning up sticks, there's another good one. I don't think anything's going to beat the backpack blower, but you never know. All right. She's available. She's available. Wow.
Taking notes.
I will be sure to tell her that when I see her later on today. Okay. Other ideas, especially in the man cave world, anything? Yeah.
We used to, I don't know if other people have problems, we used to have ants getting into our GFIs, and they would, you know, at most inopportune times on a Friday night when it's dark and raining, you'd have a GFI go out. And we would open them up every spring, and we would just get bug spray. You know, it's the kind that says it lasts for 4 months or 6 months. And we'd open up each one of the bottoms of the pedestals, and we would spray the bottom of the pedestals, not the wires, not the contacts, but just around it. And, you know, lift the lid and spray around the GFI and around the breakers. And I swear to God, we've gone from replacing, we're very sandy, and we went from replacing probably 18, 20 GFIs a year to maybe 1 or 2. And
So
it
it's the little
takes,
tiny ants getting in them?
yeah, they just get up inside it and they short it.
We have the same problem. We're very sandy, like Jim is, and
And,
GFIs and circuit
really
breakers.
made a difference.
We spray all our peds, that same company sprays the peds twice a season.
Hmm.
You don't have to worry about people opening the lids and find wasps' nests or spider webs and all that. It keeps them clean, those things get filthy otherwise.
Is that just externally?
They open the lid, they spray the inside
Spray the
and,
inside.
and around the outside.
Yeah, because I would open the bottom, if I would open that.
We have
side,
blue lights on top also, keeps the bugs out of blue lights. Keeps-
Okay. That's a good one, Jim. All right. Other ideas? Let's see how we doing on time here. Yeah, we got a little time yet before we go to voting, but not a lot. Any other ideas? Things that have worked really well in your park? Maybe a tool that is somewhat uncommon that you've purchased and had really good luck with?
I'm in the process right now of building a high maintenance basket. We talked in the last one about tree stuff, and some guys have a lift. Well, lifts are, even used ones are $10,000 to $20,000. It's a lot of money, not everyone can afford that. Well, if you have a tractor with a front end loader and forklift times, you have a maintenance basket goes on there, but that only gets you as high as the forklift to lift, you know, maybe 10 foot. So this is another thing, I work in the factory, we made 4 legs on one 12-foot high, so now the basket's 12-foot high, so you can reach that much higher. So for all of our, well, I went around, all of our Wi-Fi poles are up 25 feet, our street lights are 25 feet. Well, to get to them all to work, or tree branches, to get up there now, you're working on an extension ladder to work on these street lights and stuff. Takes 3 people, because 2 guys are, it's dangerous as hell being 25 foot up on a 4-inch square post, you know, changing a bulb on a street light. So I'm making this maintenance basket, and you want to pin it or fasten it, chain it somehow to the mast so the whole thing doesn't fall off. We have a little loader backhoe, so when you drive up, before you lift the guy, you put down the outrigger so that you're solid. But now I'm gonna have a lift that, cause I don't wanna spend the 20 grand on a lift. Hopefully someday I'll get there and I'll have that, but as for now, I can build this thing for $500, and I'll have a lift that gets me up there 20 plus feet.
Right, and then you can put your extension ladder on top of that, and you can get anything, no problem.
Oh, we saw the picture on the last one of the lift on forklift tires.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, well, make sure you got a big enough backhoe if anybody's gonna take that idea, that you don't tip it over. Okay,
One
so,
alternative to owning your own lift, because we don't have one either, is like Ideal Crane in our area will drop out a 60 footer for like $725 for the week, or you can get an 80 footer and it's $1,200. So as long as you plan out all your work, I know you can't plan out lights going out, but if you plan out everything else and you do that 1 or 2 times a season and you get out in front of your branches that have to come down over seasonal campers, it's another way of doing it safely without having to go out and spend 20 grand on a lift.
okay, good. So renting a lift for tree work and also building a high basket, I guess, for a forklift. Great. Yes?
I don't know if this is too common or not, but one thing that we do is we water our roads when it's really hot and dusty in summer. So that way we have to have a roads.
I think nobody spends as much time or effort watering their roads as you do. I think that is definitely uncommon.
That does help a lot though.
Do you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anything like that.
Absolutely.
$1 million in blackout mold.
So Ben, what he needs to do though is incorporate your DJ thing on his water truck.
There you go, on the water truck, yeah.
Instead of
I like it.
Move it up to a water truck.
On your gravel,
What's that?
on your gravel roads, instead of watering, you can try tree sap.
Tree sap?
Yeah, there's a product, it's kind of like, we get it through our asphalt millings people. They'll come out, and the only thing that's bad is that it makes the gravel look just a little wet, and so it kind of freaks the campers out, but as long as they know what it is and that it won't affect anything, it keeps it down for usually a couple months, but it's treatment costs.
Calcium chloride will do the same thing if you mix it, but it's pretty expensive. I looked at buying calcium chloride. We have an 1,800 gallon water truck that would cost like $5,000 worth of calcium chloride to mix that up and use that, put it on the roads. It only lasts about 3 months.
Are your campers bothered by the fact that it is calcium chloride, or?
No, I've never used it.
Oh,
It's just,
okay.
it's such a short amount of time for that kind of money, it's just not worth it.
Right.
We've got 2.5 miles of roads in Campground, so my wife doesn't like asphalt, so we have a fire truck, 800 gallons, got a spreader bar in the back, and I've got a remote control for the valve, and I just drive that around. I have to do it twice a day, I'll do it twice a day, so we can soak the roads down really good.
Especially
Once
at
in the
night,
morning, I usually do that at night, like 10, maybe 9 o'clock at night, and it's still wet, because it gives a chance to really soak in. If you do it during a hot, sunny, 80-degree day, it evaporates too quick. So
Yeah, we have a waterway and we use-
really makes a big difference in customers like it. If you got gravel roads, it's better.
Now, there's certain kinds of gravel that aren't as dusty, you know, we have limestone, it's pretty dusty,
That's
but you
messy.
get granite, or some areas around here have granite, it costs a little more, but it's a really nice product, it looks better, and it's not nearly as dusty, or of course, recycled blacktop too. If you can get access to that.
That's amazing. We had the same thing, and we just put down every year, maybe once or twice recycled. It's the dust.
So how do you do your recycled blacktop? Do you just put it down with like a skid steer or tractor or something, or?
They'll spread it pretty good for us, and then I just have like one of those rakes behind the tractor. I pull it back and forth, and then the seasonal just pack it down.
Interesting. Okay.
It works really good.
For us, the only time I've ever done that, we've actually had like a full company come out with they were running it right through the regular asphalt spreader and laying it out that way. So I've never seen it done sort of like scoop at a time like that. It'd be a lot cheaper.
After all that is washout, like what do you guys do about washouts? Like we have 2 or 3 roads, I
Doesn't
don't care
wash
what it
out.
is. Well, ours does, we have it done, we just do it right.
I tried to break it up because it was getting so hard with the bucket, and it wouldn't.
Really?
Ditching and crowning.
It really depends on how much oil is in it, and we use recycled asphalt throughout the campground, and when we get potholes, my guy told me, I've got a couple of 5-gallon buckets of the recycled asphalt, and he said, go pour a little used oil in the hole.
Or diesel.
And I always try to get it before they get too deep. And then, fill it back up to the top where it's level. And then I've got a little can that I poked a bunch of holes in it, and I just kind of water a can with some oil over the top of it, back it down, drive it over with the golf cart, and they last forever after that. Because the oil's escape, but if you don't get them soon, then a little pothole becomes a really big pothole.
How do you fix a big pothole?
I always put, if I got one, in fact, there's one there now, I would put, I've got a pile of limestone. I put limestone into about that deep, and then I put it over the top and pack that down, and then put it over the top so that the road always looked black. You know, you want to mix the two together. Biggest problem we have is when we sort of recycled asphalt down, we have places that would wash out on the side. The road wouldn't wash out, but when you got a gully washer, then it would wash out on the side, and you had to go put that back together. And what I started doing was, we used to use limestone, but that would wash out when we got the next really big rain, so we went and got a medium-sized break rock, pink lady stuff up in our area, probably about this big, and we would put that down and then put the limestone over the top of it, and that stayed very well. I mean, I hardly ever had to worry about a washout after we started doing that.
You did that on like the hills and
Yeah.
that?
You have to have a good base.
That's the only part like where ours washes out on, is the hills.
Yeah.
Right, I mean, for washouts in general, I think 45, that's what I thought. Okay, so we're gonna go to the voting shortly, but, you know, for washouts, what they always say, you know, for the road itself, crown it, right? Have ditches on both sides. So many of us have like where the road is kind of the low spot and the campsites are higher, and then that funnels the water into the road, so then it washes out your road. So it's crowning your road so the water sheds off, ditches on the side, right? And then slowing it down. So if you got big hills like he does, you know, hills in his name, you know, if it starts really cooking down those ditches and stuff, it's going to wash everything away. So if you can, you know, somehow slow that down, you'll see it on the sides of the roads. Of course, a lot of times the highway department will use like little rings of either breaker rock or some other type of thing to slow down water. We've had a little bit of success with that for us in our few hills to keep the washouts from getting really bad.
So it's a little bit road geeky. I grew up in a road construction business, actually. If you can find somebody who is using fractured sand in with their gravel mix, so there's a difference between sand that comes out the bank and fractured sand, right? So sand that comes out the bank is round, and you want your kids playing it. That's what you want for your playground if you're using that, because it's round and falls off all their clothes. But fractured sand is actually a broken piece, has a sharp edge, like that bigger fractured rock you were talking about, and that stuff won't wash as easily. It won't wash away as easily. So if you do a little research and can find somebody who in their gravel mixes is using fractured sand, you'll have better luck patching and replacing stuff.
There you go, fractured sand in your gravel mix. Put that one down. That's a good idea.
In the last few years, we've been very wet. We've got a lower road next to the marsh. And last year I had a friend of mine with an excavator. He brought in a 3 and 4 inch breaker rock with mixed, it wasn't clean, it wasn't washed.
With
It had
fines, they
foam
call
stuff.
that. Mhm.
He packed that in there, and to be honest with you, it held up beautifully. There was no washout or anything like that, and yet it wasn't so tight that because our whole campground's on a grade, so to speak, and that's the lowest point. And the water seems to wash through that and not take out the road at the same time. Now it's been a year, and everything's holding up nicely, but it was a mixture of 3 and 4 inch breaker. I think that's the terminology he uses. But it wasn't clean. It was mixed with a lot of other stuff. So.
Okay, great. Other ideas? Anything come to mind while we've been talking here? Yep.
Kind of resorts back to cutting, one thing that we just really acquired at the campground is a grappler claw.
Oh yeah?
Kind of hooks up to the tractor.
That's funny. I was giving Dave a hard time about that last time I was out there. He didn't have one.
You told me it would change my life.
Was that right?
And it did. I've lost 40 pounds.
Okay.
My pressure's gone down.
Yeah. Balance your checkbook. Yeah. Okay. All right.
From the guy who used to pick up the logs and have to carry them to the trailer.
Right.
It's a huge difference when you and another guy can
Changed his life.
set it on the grappler, and I just have my brother
Right.
grab the tractor and drop it off. In the
Okay. So getting a grapple for your tractor, skid steer, whatever.
Makes a huge difference. Saves a
Awesome.
lot of time.
Okay. Yeah.
Something cheap we bought last year was a little motor postal digger. They have them at like Fleet Farm or whatever. It's like $300 we paid for it. Beats the heck out of digging a hand post hole if you ever need to.
Is that like an ice auger?
It's literally like an ice auger with a dirt bit on it.
Really?
Yep.
Never
And-
seen that.
Menards is like $150.
Yeah,
Really?
it's super cheap.
You break
And,
it, throw it right back on.
yeah, and you dig post holes all day long without killing
So
yourself.
you hit rocks very easy.
Right.
Then
Yeah,
you're
right,
in
yeah.
trouble,
You
yeah.
gotta be
Yeah.
careful with those.
Yeah, I'm not promising
That's
it'll
why you
go
don't
through
buy the big
bedrock.
ones.
You need 2 guys, because you can enjoy
Yeah, you can hurt yourself.
Right.
You gotta
You
be
get
careful.
one thing, next thing you know, you're.
Just make sure you buy the ones with the springs on the augers, because then that way it gives you that little bit of give.
Sure.
Trying to dig them at speed.
Instead of tear your arms off.
Yeah, and we're a pretty soft soil, so it works well for us versus trying
Right.
to bedrock or anything like that, obviously.
Okay, that's a good addition. Any others? Anything else that's come to mind recently? All we've been talking. Last chance. Then we got to get through all these and do some voting quick. Give away some golf cart tickets. All right, so let's move on to the voting stage. How many we got? So 24. Okay, so what we're going to do now, folks, just like I said, is we're going to read these back to you so you can all kind of remember what the ideas were. Think about them as you're going. And what we'll probably do is we'll read through them all once, and then we'll come back and go through them again. And that time it's just going to kind of be clapping, cheering, whatever. We're going to do it informal, and whatever idea gets the loudest cheers is going to be our winner. Okay? So here we go. First one is hiring retired people. They can't hear well, but they're very reliable. They know what they're doing. Okay, second one, chasing the geese away. So I guess we kind of have two of them there. You can either go Duck Dynasty with your airboat, or you can be, Goosenator. Yeah, right, Goosenator, or your paintball gun over here. So there's two kind of related to that. Three actually, that's right, because we got the fish line across the shore to keep the geese away. That's the other one. So for gophers and moles, of course, you can smoke them out with some carbon monoxide. We've got the reward the seasonals for capturing and killing them. Or you can, for gophers or muskrats, hire a professional for a week. I mean, I don't know if gophers, if you can get professional gopher hunters, but for muskrats you can anyway, because they got pelts. Or watch Caddyshack, whatever. All right, then we got pest control service to clean your buildings, keep them looking sharp without having to do a lot of work. We've got the bat house for the mosquito killer. And I'm going to put this one as a separate one, I think, like you did there. You've got the app for detecting the kind of bat that you have. That was kind of an unusual one. And maybe that way you can tailor your bat houses to the appropriate floor plan for them. Equipping the gator with the tools and a waterproof toolbox. So if you have a bunch of like utility vehicles, of course, putting toolboxes in each one so you have the tools that you want when you need them. Then we've got the debris blower, which you can attach to your golf cart. A large one potentially, so that you can get the leaves to blow a long ways. Then you got the wife with the backpack blower, of course. Everybody remembers that one? Yeah, we're not clapping yet, Dave. We're not clapping yet.
Remember Dave from Indian Trail?
Free weekend in early spring. Oh, I can't win, but so we can skip that one for rakers. Boy Scout troops cleaning up sticks. Spray cleaner around the GFIs for ants, or spray, pesticide, whatever. Maintenance basket for high reach areas. We got rent a lift for a week to do your tree work. Make sure you check out that OSHA guidelines that they had in the last seminar. Water your roads to keep them growing nicely. Spread tree sap on your gravel roads for the same reason, I guess. Recycled asphalt is another good idea just in general for both dust control as well as a little bit more solid surface, I guess. Fractured sand in your gravel mix. We're almost to the end now. Grapple attachment for your tractor or your skid steer. And then, of course, the last one she has on here is ice auger for dirt, also known as a post hole digger. Okay, everybody kind of got it in their heads, which their favorites are, hopefully. Any questions about any of them? Everybody remembers? Okay, very good. So let's move on to the voting. So first of all, hiring retired people.
Old guys.
Old guys, hiring old guys. Okay, trying to keep it a little more PC here. Hiring old guys. I hired a lot of old guys too, actually. It works out good for me.
on a backpack blower.
All right, chase geese away with the boat or the air drone. Okay, Goosenator. No. All right, fish line across the to keep geese away. Gophers moles with carbon dioxide. Gophers moles with seasonals. Muskrats, hire a professional. Pest control for your buildings. Bat houses. App for detecting bats. Equipping your gator with basic tools. There we go. We got a couple there. Good. Okay. Where was I? 12.
Where's the bounty on the rodents?
The bounty on the rodents?
Yeah.
Well, that would be the seasonals. So the seasonals bounty on the rodents. So do you want to vote for that one?
Bring that up again.
Okay, I'll bring that one up again. So that would be the Gophers, moles, rodents, reward to seasonals for capture kill.
There we go.
Okay, we like that one. All right, sounds good. Debris blower to the back of the golf cart. Okay, we're going to come back to the wife one. Boy Scouts cleaning up sticks. Spray insecticide around your pedestals for the GFCIs.
That's a good one.
Okay, maintenance basket for high reach areas. Rent a lift for tree work. Water gravel roads. Tree sap on gravel roads. Recycled asphalt. Fractured sand in your gravel mix. Grapple for tractor. Okay. Ice auger for dirt. And buy the wife a backpack blower. Yeah. Okay, yeah. There it is. All right. Well, that's an easy one. That's an easy one. So,
Honey, these are for you.
okay. So yeah, so technically those two gentlemen won the tickets. So I don't know if you could, do you want to just give them to his wife? Is that what I'm just kidding. For the golf cart. All right, I think we should give it to him and his wife, to Mike and his wife. Absolutely.
Rick, do you have extra room at your dinner table?
All right, folks, that's the end of this one. We hope you enjoyed it, got something useful out of it.